Kevin Fiala is traded, Kevin Korchinski is rising, and they said the offseason was boring. Welcome back, hockey fans. Welcome in if this is your first time to the channel. I'm Josh. This is the Hockey Flow, and today it's Wednesday, June 29th, 2022. That's right, we got big news in the NHL today. Kevin Fiala is traded. We're going to get to that in just a moment on Today in Hockey. We got a lot of fun stuff to get to. First, we're going to get to Today in Hockey history. Then we're going to get into our headlines, including that big Kevin Fiala trade. Then we're going to get into our article deep dive. It's back, and it's back with a vengeance, baby. We're heading to NHL.com. We got a little more draft prep. Kevin Korchinski, best left-handed defenseman in the draft, and he is rising. And I tell you what, NHL.com, they give us the answer as to why. So stick around for that. If you do enjoy the content, take a moment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Helps us out a ton as we're just getting started. So thank you guys so much for this. Like I said, been a lot of fun so far. So Today in Hockey history. On this date, June 29th, we had the Blackhawks traded Dennis Savard to the Canadiens for Chris Chelios, 1-for-1. This is back in the day. I think we're looking at 1990 here. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this is a trade of 1-for-1 of future Hall of Famers. I'd say it worked out, but again, let me know in the comments. All right, headlines. Los Angeles Kings, Kevin Fiala has been traded from the Minnesota Wild to the Los Angeles Kings. That's right. It was for a first-round pick and the rights to prospect Brock Tabor, I believe, or Faber, let me know in the comments. Got a lot of names rattling up there today, but 7 years, and it's going to be $7.875 million on that extension that Fiala is going to sign with the Kings as well. So I tell you what, the Kings are going all in. Sounds like this is going to be one of many moves for them this offseason. So very excited to see what they have cooking. Fiala should fit right in, probably slip right in on that top line. All right, Florida Panthers, sad news today for you guys. Anthony Duclair did come out that he did suffer an Achilles injury recently, and he will be out for a lengthy period. They didn't say exactly what happened or how long exactly, but if he did tear it, unfortunately, he will be out for some time. All right, let's get into it. Article of the day, article deep dive. During the offseason, there's not a lot to get in the way between us and the article deep dive in these videos, so let's get right into it. Kevin Korchinski is going to be the subject. Korchinski's skating, work ethic stand out ahead of the 2022 NHL Draft. This is coming to us by the wonderful Dave McCarthy and NHL.com. Love going back to them, and I tell you what, this is a great topic, right? We did a video recently comparing the two top defensemen, Nemec and Juracek, and I tell you what, after I do more digging and hearing more about this Kevin Korchinski kid, we maybe should have done a top three and included the lad, but he is rising like a rocket right now. Kevin Korchinski is a man in demand, and rightfully so. His production aligned with his physical growth, we're going to get to that, has really made for quite the profile for this NHL draft. His production, 4 goals, 61 assists, and 65 points on the regular season, and his playoffs, he really turned it on. 15 points, 6 goals, 9 assists for the Seattle Thunderbirds, and head coach Matt Odette, I'm not saying he's Cale Makar, but he has similarities to his game. And I tell you what, the article is just incredible. It starts out giving us a little backstory and literally a story from Korchinski's childhood, talking about how his dad was terrified that his son was never going to skate again or touch the ice again after cutting himself at 2 or 3 years old. And I tell you what, it's neat to see, but it was the exact opposite. Korchinski, the young lad, was back out there, and that's kind of the big one of the big themes, his work ethic, right? And I tell you what, as we're evaluating players for this draft, we go through a lot of them, and one of the qualities that I have just grown to really look for now is work ethic and that passion and wanting to be the best. And I always say it, I hate to lose, right? We hate to lose. It's not about loving to win, it's about hating to lose. And Kevin Korchinski, he's got that work ethic. We talk about that number 1 pick, and we debate between Shane Wright and Juraj, and the more I dig into it, the more I see interviews, that sort of thing, I really do lean more towards Shane right now. And Kevin Korchinski has that same sort of work ethic, and it's neat to see, talking about how he's on the ice any chance he could get growing up, working on his stick skills, puck skills, his skating, and those are his strengths now, his skating and his offensive ability. There's a reason why his head coach is talking about Cale Makar. Speaking of Cale Makar, This is Korchinski himself saying, he's a guy I watch a lot of video of with my assistant coaches. He emulates a lot of pieces from Makar's game, and I tell you what, that's so exciting. Cale Makar is my favorite defenseman in the league right now, maybe a top 3 player in the league, your Norris Trophy winner, your Conn Smythe winner. So to see these young kids, this is who they're going to be modeling their game after, right? This exciting, offensive, dynamic game, but still they care about defense. So this is going to be an exciting next 10, 15 years for hockey fans and fans of defenders that play this way. But at the end of the day, what Korchinski looks to do is it's his skill with the puck, his skating, and his offense. But what he says is Makar doesn't get enough credit for his defense. And we saw that in the postseason, right? That box out and poke check on McDavid. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else do that, keep up, let alone actually stop the play. And that's what Korchinski that's what Korchinski really calls out too. That's what separates Cale Makar. That's what makes him the best. Now on the other end, Korchinski's taller. He's 6'2", and he's still growing. That's part of this meteoric rise, right? Why we haven't been talking about him for years on end is because he grew 6 inches in the last year leading up to this. 6 inches. He's 6'2", so do the math. He wasn't going to be a first-round talent at that size, but he's still growing, right? That's 6 inches, and his growth physically matches his growth on the ice, and that's what's so exciting. It feels like the possibilities are endless. We're talking in the article 6'4", 215 with Cale Makar type skills on offense potentially. I mean, no one's going to be Cale Makar. Let's not be crazy. Cale Makar is his own beast, right? But someone that emulates that and likes to do the same sort of things and has skill and is quick with the puck, it just gets you salivating, right? But what is Korchinski focused on? What's he focused on to get better? First and foremost, he says, I just got to fill out. I got to get stronger. It's about physically maturing, right? Usually when players grow so much, so quick, they become awkward or not sure. They have to grow into it, right? And Korchinski didn't have that period of having to grow into it. So if he can continue that 6'4", 215 and can skate beautifully, again, you start to drool. But he's also worried about or working on improving his physical game and his defensive game. Again, he talks about that. That's one piece. It's not just talking about Cale Makar's offensive game from the back end, right? He's talking about his defensive game and wanting to be that number one defender. And this season it showed. Kevin Korchinski got more time on the penalty kill. Odette trusted him more. And Odette talks about that, how his meteoric rise in stature also mirrored his growth on the ice. And if this continues to go, we're forecasting this rapid rise. Where are we looking at? A top defender in the league, top 2 minimum for a floor. It's really exciting to think about. Size, speed, offense ability, defense ability, the complete package. And the fun thing is, we're not even talking about him top 5. It's very much is a thought experiment of what could be, right? Like, he does have the potential. He does have the production to go along with the potential, but he's still got to prove it, right, in the NHL. So another fun fact, he is an excellent piano player too, according to the article. So really neat. Let me know where you think Korchinski is going to go. I see a lot of mock drafts having him in the top 10. I tell you what, I look at the slots. Maybe Columbus. I know they have more pressing needs at 6, but I look at like the Flyers at 5, and right-handed defenseman probably more pertinent. But let me know in the comments. I love to hear from you guys. Where do you think Korchinski's going? We got just another week till the draft, a little over. So yeah, that's going to do it for the video. I really do appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you feel about this Kevin Fiala trade. We'll probably go do a further breakdown. I'm sure there's some great articles about that, but we are doing a giveaway on the channel right now. Race to 100 subscribers. Thank you so much for the support so far. If you are subscribed, again, thank you so much. If you're not, go ahead and do it. It only takes a moment and it's free of charge, absolutely. But once we hit that 100 subscriber mark, we're going to give away a $100 gift card to NHL.com, the NHL shop, so you can pick something from your favorite team. Just a way for me to say thank you. But until tomorrow, cheers.